GFT can show you how to harness the power of the cloud, AI, and new data for your financial services business. In this video, we explain how we brought these new tools to bear on retail insurance, a well-established and profitable business. But why innovate in insurance? After all, insurance is one of the most established and successful of all sectors in the financial services industry. Consumer expectation across the whole of the economy has been dramatically changed by the experience of the pandemic, but it's also evolving as demographics and technology evolve and change. Phenomena like the rush to hybrid working and the wave of resignation sweeping across industries are just symptoms of this. For example, 60% of US workers who work from home during the pandemic expect to continue to do so in the future, and a record 4 million Americans resigned from their jobs in April 2021. It's clear that our expectations and behaviour are going to be radically different in the future. And from the consumer's perspective, things will never be the same. People want something different from their financial services, and they aren't prepared to just accept the experiences and offers that they were used to a few years ago. Take it or leave it as an attitude has never been the right way to handle our customers, but now the availability of investment capital means that new competitors can rapidly appear with new business models and new customer experiences. In many sectors, disruptive new entrants have upended incumbents' businesses, reducing their margins and eroding their customer basis. As this process plays out, incumbent players lose their ability to innovate and adapt as they become less and less attractive to employers and to investors. Financial services companies need to get ahead of these trends and start to innovate now if they are to remain relevant and continue to grow. To help our customers adapt to this new reality, GFT has worked with our partners in the retail insurance industry to identify opportunities for innovation, focusing on showing how radical change is possible in the experience of getting a quote, using new sources of data and new ways of generating risk and value signals. One example of this has been our use of publicly available satellite data, coupled with machine learning technology delivered using GCP. Our work shows how something like satellite data can help insurers. In recent years, a sharp decline in launch costs and an improvement in the production and delivery of satellite technology has created a pool of easily accessed images produced by Earth observation satellites. Recent high-resolution images can be obtained that contain many objects that are relevant for understanding the risks associated with a particular area, for example, tree cover, housing density, and road network structure. The detail and relationships contained in these images presents potential application opportunities if only it could be processed and leveraged during an interaction with a customer, such as a quotation or a review process. This was a technical challenge for GFT's team. How can we create a risk signal from a satellite image? Satellite images are obtained that cover an area of interest, such as the UK, at an appropriate level of resolution. This is then divided into small grid cells suitable for use as training inputs for a deep learning algorithm, and these are then encoded and pre-processed in a way that preserves the features in the images. The pre-processed images are transformed into vast matrices of numbers, consumed by pre-trained networks and used to cluster and classify the individual locations in the images. By joining the data that's understood by the neural network with the data from accident and census sources, data signals that represent the risk created by the features detected in the image can be extracted. We can calculate the risk level for every square in the grid, covering the target areas, and create a risk map. This is then the core artifact that can be used in a transaction. But what does this mean for the customer? By understanding location risk in this way, the possibility of more flexible and fairer assessments of customers' risk is created. Customers can interact with insurance providers in a more graphical and intuitive way, providing information about the critical journeys in their lives by clicking on a map, for example. And these generate hyper-personalized quotations that better reflect the risks that they are actually exposed to. But what do the images actually tell us about accident risk, and how is that useful? Well, our work showed that road junction structure and network design impacts on accident risk, even controlling for factors like speed limits and population density. The models created use data from areas with high density and high quality, well-recorded data. The use of recent, regularly updated imagery which is easy to gather and easy to determine, coupled with scalable, flexible cloud resources and open source machine learning assets, allowed us to make a system that can make predictions about areas with sparse or unreliable data, such as new junctions, or even schemes that haven't been developed, allowing the expected level of risk to be inferred at scale and at a speed that's relevant for use in real business processes. The business benefits are manifold. For the user, the customer experience is transformed. They can use interactive interfaces to get a hyper-personalized quote. For the insurance company, a novel risk signal can be generated that allows them to provide accurate and fair quotes, sensitive of customers' rights and competitive, ensuring that revenue is properly balanced with risk. Innovation like this is just one of the ways that GFT is helping its customers stay ahead of change.